Hey everybody, welcome to the One Life Project. How's everybody doing at this fine Wednesday evening? We have the amazing, the one and only Brad Thomas, who is sitting next to us here today, live from the USA. Welcome, Brad. How are we?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for asking.
Awesome.
So, Brad has joined us this evening, and this is One Life. We've took a bit of a break. I feel as though I've been away for ages. Even our mascot, Fred the Seagull, has decided to do one. He's not joining us this evening, Brad. He's decided that he's hiding away. I don't know about you, Brad, over in the USA, but the UK is starting to get dark. We're starting to get the winter months starting to come in now, and it's feeling a bit.
It's about 85 degrees outside right now.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you was. It's not fair. I need to move to America.
Well, I need some cooler weather. The summertime here in Alabama is tough.
Brad, me and you are swap, buddy. You can come to the UK and I'm coming to Alabama.
All right.
You can come and get the wet and the rain, and I'll come and get the sunshine and the hot weather.
And the humidity and the mosquitoes and everything else that comes with it.
Actually, no, you can keep your mosquitoes. I'm staying in the UK. I don't do well with mosquitoes.
Oh, we got a ton of them.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. You can keep those. I'm staying in the UK. Anyway, let's do the housekeeping. Let's welcome everybody over in podcast land and on Facebook, because that's where we're live. So you're listening in on Facebook this evening. Hiya. If you're listening in on YouTube, hello. We can see that you're not out there at the moment. You're not joining us at the moment, but hopefully on Facebook you are joining us. So if you want to ask Brad any questions throughout the show, please do so. Put it in the little questions and comments section, and me and Brad will try and answer. In relation to One Life, let's get One Life over and done with. We have had a few days off, just getting ready for a very, very busy week. We've got 4 artists on this week, and we've also got Austin Swiger's memorial show to do on Friday night. So we've got a very busy time here at One Life. In relation to housekeeping, we are still raising money for Willen Hospice. So if you remember, right at the beginning of last week, we said that Willen Hospice has a link on their webpage. So if you'd like to donate to their charity, you can go straight to their webpage, direct to their donate button, and give as much or as little as you possibly can, because the nurses over at Willen Hospice are supporting many families out in the community, and also supporting many families directly within their homes, and they need all your support and all the support you can give. Okay, so empty your pockets as very little as very much as you can, and it's totally appreciated. In relation to today's show, yes, we are talking about a subject which is very complex, very difficult. It may raise some very difficult moments that we talk about within the shows. So what I want you to do is I want you to make sure that every single day you turn around to your loved ones, look after them, support them, and make sure that they have the best quality of life ever, because we never know when our number's called. You know, we never know when it's coming. We never know when health's going to bring us down. We never know when life's going to bring us down. But let's actually celebrate the life that we've got. Let's make sure that we make it the best life that we can possibly give. I remember there was a very, very good speech of Robin Williams where he basically told everybody that, you know, he was coming towards the end of his days, but he wanted everybody to remember for the comedian that he was and the good times that he had in life. And I thought, you know what, actually that touches me all the time. I think, you know what, that's the most important thing in life. Let's do what we can to make what we've got in life the best life possible. And whether that for us musicians, that is bringing out our next track, bringing out our next album, going to our next festival and making the smiles on your face a better place. And this is what these artists do best. They basically will entertain you. They will bring you a new single. They will go to your festival. They'll go to your charitable event. They will play for you and they will make you happy. And hopefully it brings a memory in your head that you can speak about for many years. So please do contact the show if you do have any concerns or any worries or anything what's in your head. Please do contact us, because we don't want to leave you out there on your own. We want to know that you've got support around you. So that's really important. Just a big thank you for all those who are joining One Life. We have had many artists joining us. We've also had many friends and family joining us, and that's what One Life community is all about. It's a music community. It's there to support local and national charities and there to support artists all over the world. We are going to bring you some of the best musicians from around the world, especially this young man who I'm bringing you tonight, okay? He has been going, he says, for a short period of time, but listening to his music, I think he's been going for a longer time than that. He's doing very well, and I'm really proud of him. So, Brad, before we go on to you, young man, I'm going to basically put you in the spotlight. I'm going to give you some of your highlights, okay? So, I've been looking over your Facebook page, young man, over the past year, and there's been a few highlights. We have been doing a lot of festivals since you've been starting. So that's absolutely fantastic. Lots of festivals coming in on your Facebook page. You are from Kimberly, Alabama in USA. Is that right?
Yes,
Fantastic.
Yes,
and for somebody who's only just started, 250 shows already.
And the last 2 years have been amazing. So, I feel blessed because when you start playing your music out, you never know how people are going to respond. And we have some amazing places that keep asking myself back and the man that I do a duo with, Eric Lemons, and we have a full band. And as long as they keep asking us back, we'll keep playing.
And you're doing some good stuff, young man. That's why they're asking you back, is because the music that we're going to play later on in the show, people are going to say, yeah, that's the reason they're coming back. There's some good stuff coming out.
I appreciate it.
In relation to nominees, within 2 years, nominees for the Jose's.
Yes, sir. I was kind of surprised with that one because I sent that I Don't Need Your Diamond Ring to them and never really thought much of it because I'm thinking, okay, they don't know who the heck I am. I'm just starting out. I thought, I'll go ahead and send it anyway. So when a friend of mine sent me a screenshot that it had been nominated, I was kind of floored.
I bet you were.
I got in touch with Kaylee and I said, well, because she's going to do the awards with us because I told her, you're as much a part of this as I am. I may have written it, but your voice brought it to life. And it's just, I love the song.
It's good, brilliant. And we're going to play that song later for everybody because it's a fantastic song. Kaylee's got an amazing voice. Absolutely love her voice.
She does.
In relation to your music, you've had various country sort of releases that you've done, which has gone into charts on radio. So that's fantastic. Really, really positive, for yourself.
Yes, sir. Very happy about that. I mean, but once again, my wife and I just decided because I've written a lot of songs. I played them for people for a couple of years now. And finally just decided that this was the year to get some music put out. So with the help of my producer, David Best, who lives in Decatur, about an hour from here, amazing man, and other musicians that are helping out on that, we've done quite a bit.
Fantastic. That's really good. Just to let you know, Brad, you're breaking up. I hope we don't lose you throughout the show, but you are breaking up a bit. You've gone a bit still on me, but I can hear your voice.
Well, I got a phone call, so I just ignored it.
That's what we love about live shows. Don't worry about it. You're only on the live. Just take that phone call. It may be important. You may have won the lottery. You never know. Musicians, I'll tell you what. I think I'd go back to working with seagulls. Anyway, young man, don't take any calls during the live because it makes you still. No. Anyway, Brad, let's start on with the actual show itself. Let's go on to charitable support because this is what the One Life is all about. We celebrate the charities that we support directly each month. Brad, you've probably joined us in a time where we're coming on to month 2. So this charity was chosen by Wesson, our band, who joined us on week 1 in September. And basically, it's just a rolling lottery. So by the end of the month, all your names will go in a hat on a wheel. I'll spin it, and then basically whoever wins will have the opportunity to choose their charity, but also if they want to come and do a live show for everybody on the internet. Okay, so you have a whole evening just to yourself. So that's what's offered on One Life, to say thank you for your support that you give to local and national charities and the support for the charity that we're doing this month. So in relation to the charities, you have told me a bit about the bio and you've told the listeners a bit about the charities you supported. So how has your music touched local and national charities since you've been going?
Well, let me just say this part of it. We've done a lot of work. Whenever whenever I'm asked, if, can you do a benefit for this person or that person, if I can, I'll do it. And like for example, we're doing one. Me and Eric and Jeremy, our drummer, are doing one on Saturday that is supporting the Veterans Hospital here in Birmingham, Alabama. All the proceeds that after their overhead is going straight to that. I that's something I have a heart for because of what my son, he served in the Air Force for 10 years, did 4 tours of duty, um, Iraq and Afghanistan on the war on terror. And as I started doing a lot of research on it, I was shocked to find out that since 9/11 happened, uh, we're losing about, different people say different, it's anywhere from 17 to 20 soldiers a day due to suicide. And it is actually far more than those who have died or been wounded in combat, which is just crazy to me. And it goes to show that there is a huge gap in the um, the services, I think, that are being offered to our veterans and to our soldiers. I know my son, and why it's close to my heart is because he dealt with some issues with PTSD
Yeah.
based off those tours, and had to go a long route. And actually, the Veteran Administration did have some good resources for him because he reached out. How many of them out there are not reaching out, and they're sitting in silence? And so, for me, when I did this song, "Every Soldier's War," I think that you'll play at one point, I wanted to tie it in to uh, those the best organizations that I could find based on my research that worked with veterans. And the two that I found that I feel very, very confident about because of what they're doing is Stop Soldier Suicide. It's at stopsoldiersuicide.org, and the Gary Sinise Foundation. Uh, that foundation is a little different because it always also works with first responders and all that. So, but obviously that's something that's worthy as well, that's needed. So I really want, if the song that I wrote about my son's struggle can help those charities in any way, then I'll be very, very happy. That
Fantastic.
that's kind of like that. That's become a passion of mine.
Fantastic. I tell you what, I've got an offer for you today. Okay, so One Life are producing an album. We're yet to provide a producer. I'm having a chat to a couple of people over the weekend to put this One Life. So One Life charity album is a collation of singles which goes towards local and national charities. So basically, Brad, I would love to include that single onto the album because I've got a heart for a lot of veterinarians. My family also are in the forces themselves as well, and I know that actually for what they do, and we're touching on a difficult subject tonight in relation to Willen Hospice, but we're also touching on a very difficult day in relation to 9/11. And my heart goes out to all the families who went through 9/11 and all the soldiers who went to war after 9/11. And at the end of the day, you are in our hearts, you are in our prayers tonight, and we are there to support you. So, Brad, I'd love to use that song, and I'm going to play that song very soon. Yeah. And then what I've said to Brad, thank you, Brad. What I've said before the show is also to Brad is that I think any links that we get to local and national charities that we can get out to support people, get out to support soldiers, we will give you that information. And I'm going to start, as of next week, start doing a folder on One Life to all the local national charities which have been mentioned on the shows. So basically, you don't have to look. It will be there on One Life. We will put that information out there. We will collate it for everybody. So when they're looking for a charity of support, when they're looking for a support network, One Life will provide that network of support for you. We will make sure that these artists share their knowledge and basically reach out to those people who need that support. So, Brad, for all of your work, I want to say a big thank you. That is absolutely amazing.
Well, like I said, this is because of him, and actually, I have because of a nephew of mine too. I really feel strongly about it. And as like I told you before I came on the show, that song was sitting there for about 4 years, but it came together, and it came together through some tough times. I rewrote it, changed it in a number of ways, and now that it's here, I put it out on Facebook, and I've got people, I don't even know who they are, who've responded to it, who have experienced similar things in their family, and thanking me for that song, and that's amazing to me.
Do you know what? Music's very powerful in terms of the written words, very powerful, and it will relate to other people. And at the end of the day, they need your words, they need your music. And I tell you what better time to actually play that song now before we go on with the rest of your show, because I think we should play that now. Okay, so for those who haven't heard it yet, this is an opportunity to hear the song, but also to listen to those amazing words. But this is also for the families going through 9/11, and also those families who need that support coming in and out of different types of military campaigns. So this is for you all, okay?
Sits on the nightstand, half-empty bottles in his hand, and all he sees is the darkness, and no one understands about the things they did not tell him, about the demons at the door. He's at home, but he's still fighting. Every soldier's war. It started out so very different. His mom and dad, they were so proud, but he's seen things that no young man should see. In his mind, they're screaming loud about the things they did not tell him, about the demons at the door. He's at home, but he's still fighting. Every soldier's war. Day just pretending that he's walking through the light, but he needs a brand new bottle just to make it through the night. A loaded gun sits on the nightstand like it did the day before. Praise to God for salvation from every soldier's war. From every soldier's war.
Got chills going through my spine at the moment, Brad. That's all I can say. Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. I kind of got some chill bumps just hearing it again. I mean,
Fantastic.
Put all this time into it, and then hearing it on here, it just puts in a different perspective.
It does. Fantastic. Great song. Really great song. And I know why that is going into charts. And I know why you're getting the feedback on social media that you are. So congratulations on that song. Absolutely love it. To your son from One Life as well. Keep strong, young man. I know you are. Okay, you've been strong all your life, and we will keep you strong here in One Life as well. So thank you for your service and thank you for your support. Okay. Well, thinking of you. So, young man. So, Brad, 2 years in the music industry. Has it gone fast?
It really has. I think, I'd actually played a few shows the year before it, but it was kind of sporadic. And when I really decided to get serious about it, and the shows kept coming, and now it got into a situation where I wasn't having to reach out to people as much; they were contacting me. That's kind of cool.
How are you getting on with social media? It must be, in relation to booking slots at festivals and bands and any music through Spotify. That must be quite weird doing that sort of thing.
It is, and I never dreamed. I'll be honest with you. If you'd asked me a year ago, I do a lot of shows, but if you'd asked me this time a year ago, do you see yourself having, 6 songs out, most of them charting on independent charts, stations somewhere? I would have thought you were crazy. Never would have seen it.
Never would have seen it coming. Never would have seen you in 2 years, dude. 250 shows.
No, never would have. But
are they like, Brad? Are they local shows? You just drive from one to the other, sort of every day of the week. How did you get to all those shows?
I focus on. I mean, sometimes yes. I mean, I had a couple of weeks ago where I played Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Wow.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, and I think I did Sunday. It was like 5 in a row, and I was dead Monday after that. That's out of the norm. Okay, it really is out of the norm. Most of the times it's going to be 2 or 3 during the week. On the weekends, like this week, only have 2 this weekend. So
you say on your bio it's a Brad Thomas project. Is there more people in the band?
Yes. Right now, we focus. It's a lot easier to book as a duo around here, and I don't know how it is over in England, but it is here because you have some small places that will bring in a duo because they can't afford to do a band. So Eric Lemons and I do a lot of duo work together, and it's just strictly acoustic, two acoustic guitars, and he's amazing. He's got where I'm best at is different from where he is. He is a traditional, old school, got a good country voice, and so I think we play off each other really well. But we also have Michael Brannon does drums for us. I mean bass, and Jeremy Black does drums. When we do a full band, it's 4-piece. And those shows, we didn't start doing that until this summer, but we're picking up on a number of those full band shows. And I think yesterday, my wife, who does the booking, booked our first one in 2025. So we're just trying to play wherever you let us play, we'll come.
Does your wife let you out every weekend, or is she one of these wives who just won't let you, go? She must be quite supportive of your music.
She has been amazing. She's only missed one show out of that whole thing, and that's because our grandkids were here, and it was a place that they couldn't go to. It was a 19 and up place, so they couldn't go. But she stayed back with them. Other than that, she took over the booking, which was engulfing so much of my time that it was hard to do other things. And when she took over that, it just took a weight off of my shoulders. So she's got a very active role in what's going on.
Fantastic. I like to hear that. You get some partners who are like, come on, guys, cut the music. We need a family weekend together. You're spending far too much time on the road. And then you've got other partners, I've worked with over the last few years where, do you know what? Without them, their music will be going nowhere, especially with the band booking and, everything else that goes on. Because I think people don't realise what goes into getting into a festival or getting into the charts? There's so much hard work.
There's a tremendous amount to it, and you know, I actually work a full-time job too, so I feel like I've got 2 full-time jobs basically, and like I said, there's so many little parts that are integral that you have to do, that it really does help to have somebody else on board.
It does. And you've got that by the sound of it.
Yes, sir.
So in relation to your highlights this year, you've had a good year. You've been at festivals. What's been the best part of this year? What's been going well for you this year?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, we played some places this year that we never played before, and there have been some this year. We have found, how do I put this? The places that we played, they're getting bigger, getting better, and that's not. I'm not dissing any small place or anything like this. I've had some great nights at places it was just like 10 people there, so that's not at all. But you know, when you go into a place and you got people singing word for word on the covers that you do, from the time that the first opening song to the last one, we've had that a couple of times, and that's amazing. Now that's few and far between. That doesn't always happen, but when it does, it's kind of magic. I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed getting the full band going, because that's a different monster. I mean, it is so much work that goes into. It's easy when Eric's over here and it's just he and I. Like, we know each other real well. We know what we're going to do. We can, when you make a mistake, we can cover the mistake.
Fantastic.
When you get a full band together, it's you know, now
there's nothing like it.
Yeah,
nothing like it. Do you know, I can't remember the last time I played in a band. I sang in a band. I think I've done a lot of solo and a lot of duo work, but band work. I know when I spoke to Wesson on week 1, they're like, AJ, get yourself back into a band. It's so much fun. You know, you've got the vibe of all the people that you go out with every weekend and things like that.
Yeah, you see, you know, when you get a full band at a place and people dancing and they're, you know, cheering and stuff like that, it's an amazing feeling. But it's also, tell you what, it's a lot more tiring.
I bet it is a lot of hard work, of hard work. But we're saying just before the show, in relation to highlights of the year, one of the biggest highlights at the moment is Jose to be nominated for the Jose Award. Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. I forgot. Yeah, that just slipped my mind. But
how could that slip your mind? Come on, it's a big award over there.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's you know, there have been others. You know, I will, now that you've mentioned that, that one is, to me, is very special because it's not a fan voted thing. It is, there are some industry professionals, you know, from DJs to producers and stuff that listen to those songs and then nominate them. So when I sent it in, I said, look, if it's worth anything, if I get a nomination on that, then I'll know that the song that it's good, because you know, the people that are picking it, it's not the people I know voting for. Some of these things are that, you get your fans voting for it, but no, that's the people voting for it. I appreciate that.
Fantastic. In relation to the song that you put forward for the, you're breaking up a bit, Brad. We're losing you. Okay, just to let everybody know that we have lost Brad Thomas live in the USA. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play you Brad's song that went through to the Jose's while I try and find him, get him back, because Brad has been an absolutely amazing person to come onto the show today. And he's given us some great things to be able to think about in relation to the charities. And his device is not connected. I'm going to play you some for you. While I play you some for you, I'm going to try and get Brad back for you, okay? So this is Brad Thomas, and this is I Don't Need a Diamond Ring. Here we go.
I've been pondering lately, you ain't such a special find. Cut me down, call me baby, mama warn me about your kind. I don't need you messing with this woman's peace of mind. I don't need your anger, I
We're just listening to your song, Brad.
know you said you're sorry, it'll be different this time. Store away all your apologies and move on down the line. Writing on the wall, that's this woman's sign. Say that you love me, then drag me through the dirt. Trash me in front of my family, and that's special kind of hurt. I'm removing you from my life like a worn-out dirty shirt. Here comes the time in my life to get away from all this strife. I know you think that you're the king, but I don't need your diamond ring. Let me tell you something. If you wanna be with me, you gotta be all in and not some ragged company. 'Cause I've earned these scars I'm wearing, and I'm more than what you see. There's a man out there who can never do what you've done to me. Here comes the time in my life to get away from all this strife. I know you think that you're the king, but I don't need your diamond ring. Go on and get it.
There you go, everybody. I have got Brad back. Welcome back, young man.
All right, glad to be back.
I tell you what, that female who sings it, is it Kaylee? Kaylee?
Jordan.
Kaylee Jordan. What a voice. Where did you find her from? Come on, tell me.
All right, so just to give you a little story about that song. So I actually wrote that. There was another young lady that we were doing some duo stuff together, and after a show, he's now an ex-boyfriend, really showed his rear end, I guess you'd say. And I told my wife on the way home, I said, I'm going to write a song about that. But I didn't want to include specifics or anything like that. I just wanted to write a good, woman scorn song, and so I did. And then when she decided to stop playing out, Kaylee came on board, and she and I started doing some shows, and that's when Eric came on. So we were kind of doing, and we did some trio things together, which was amazing as well. But that's how I got to know her, and still she's recording her own album, I think, right now as we speak. And she's an amazing talent, and obviously she was the first one I thought of when I for those songs. And she did, well, I say songs because there's another one called Highland Home that she sang, and did an amazing job on both of them.
Fantastic. Well, One Life wants to track her down. They want her on the show. I mean, let's get her on the show. Let's find out. I want to hear some more of her music, because what a voice.
Yeah.
And great lyrics, young man. Great lyrics.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, she's got a great voice. She's got some good music as well. So, yeah.
Fantastic. You're bringing out some crackers, young man. Keep going with it. Keep going with it. Absolutely brilliant.
That's my
right. We are getting towards the end of the show, but before I go, I want to know where everybody can find your music and where you're playing next. Where's your next venue so they can come?
We're playing. There's the two shows this weekend. There's a place in Cropwell, Alabama called Sweet Home Saloon and Grill, which is a great place. Two great owners there that actually they were one of the first ones that started to book when I got serious about it. Started to book me, and they've been good to me. So we're playing there on Friday night. And Saturday is the at Camp Liberty in Vinemont, Alabama, where we're doing the 360 Jeep Club is doing a benefit for the VA hospital here in Birmingham, Alabama. And so we're playing, myself, Eric Lemons, and Jeremy Black are playing as a trio from 3 to 6 on Saturday. Hopefully, if this hurricane that's coming through will hurry up and get out of here and get the rain out.
Hurricanes,
That's
please,
our plan.
mister. We don't need no hurricanes ruining music. Okay, we've got some really important gigs, so hopefully stay safe, everybody, over in Alabama from One Life.
And you can find I'm under Brad Thomas Project on TikTok. Even though I don't do a tremendous amount of TikTok, but on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube as well. My website is bradthomasmusic.com, which lists of all the shows that we're doing and news about stuff that's going on. So a lot of ways you can follow us.
Brilliant, and we will do. We'll continue to follow you on One Life, and you're part of the family now, so you're not getting away from us that easy. And we'll get you back on the show. Get you back on the show in the next few months. Find out what you've been up to. Have you got any thank yous that you'd like to give to your friends and your family and your producers? Anyone you want to say a special thank you to?
Well, that's tough. I'll tell you the one thing I will say before thanking anybody else. My wife Sharon, when the young lady quit playing with me that I wrote that song for, it was kind of one of those times that I was like, oh gosh, what next, and how do I do this? Because I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. And she made a comment that I'm gonna basically get you out of your comfort zone. And so she did that. I played some things, a lot of solos and things on my own that I never would have done before. And it helped me build a lot of confidence. So none of this would have happened if she hadn't been pushing me the way that she did. But other people, wow, it's so hard. There's so many. I mean, if it hadn't been for there's a little privately owned place in Coleman called the Sawmill on Jerry Parker. If it hadn't been for him and Brett Greer teaching me about recording, this wouldn't have happened. Eric, the one that I play with now, we've become good friends. Just so many people like that have been influential for me.
Fantastic, and I'm very sure they're very grateful for the music that you bring to them. Okay, so Brad, we are towards the end of our show. I want to thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart and bottom of One Life to coming onto the show, telling us all about the veterinarian projects that you've been doing. We will ask that you share those links. We will put them on our webpage and on our Facebook page so everybody can make sure they have access to them. So if there's any soldiers out there who need the support, we've got you some support straight away from Brad himself. So thank you so much, Brad.
I appreciate you having me on. It's been a lot of fun.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So basically, everybody out there on Facebook and on YouTube, you've got a week coming up. You've got a very busy week coming up, and I hope you're going to join me for tomorrow's show. We've got Jay Barry for the USA coming on tomorrow night. He is going to be embracing our presence live here at 7 o'clock UK time. So please join the show tomorrow. And remember, also, we have Austin's memorial as well on Friday, as many people as possible for that family, because actually it was a difficult one for the family. A young man gone too soon, but we're going to remember him for the amazing man he was, and we're going to play every single track that he's brought out. We're going to be just basically pumping that radio with all of his music. So it's a good night for me over in the UK. We'll see you very, very soon tomorrow. And it's a good night from Brad Thomas over in the USA. We'll see you very soon. Take good care, everyone.